What's up, man? It's your boy, Cyrus Krow. You already know, man. A lot of y'all know, like, I make beats and shit, man. A lot of y'all know, like, I rap, sing, whatever the fuck you want to call it, man. I'm a fucking artist, man. I'm a creator. And I say that shit with pride because, man, like, that's what I do, man. I make beats. I make songs and shit. I make art. I design my stuff. I do everything independently, man, and DIY. And I mean, I just don't do everything by myself. Of course, like I built my team and I'm building my team. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I decided I just wanted to make a new segment. Explain this shit to y'all. And basically, because like I'm always like fucking ranting anyway, bro. So I'm like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna do this shit for the camera. Fuck it, man. Like, fuck it. Like, basically, man, where do I come from? I come from Indiana, and to be more precise, Gary, Indiana, man. Gary, Indiana is like a really poverty-stricken like city, if you would. It's kind of like, like I guess like maybe Detroit, yeah, kind of like how Detroit is, but like Detroit still got like good parts, but like Gary like has good parts, but like they kind of like really don't like they're not included in Gary, if you would. Like, man, like it's hard. I'll explain more like later on down the line. But like, yeah, man, like I grew up there, and if you know anything about Gary, you know that's home to Freddie Gibbs. You know that's like shit like fucking Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Joe Jackson, Randy Jackson, Tito, shit like Latoya, man, shit, all the Jacksons, man, like and shit, man. Basically, like like I just like grew up and like my mom and dad like would play like a shit ton of music. They would like take me as a kid and all this bullshit to like like just parties and all that shit that they would go to as like adults, and just doing their little shit at the time. But like the craziest shit about it, it's like, man, I'm stuttering hella hard saying this shit. But it's like, man, my mom like had me when she was in her 40s, bro, or damn near like 39 or something like that, bro. And like that was just crazy. I wasn't playing. Like, see, I have like three siblings on my dad's side, and I have like one brother or like maybe two brothers on my mama's side. The reason why I say maybe is because like one of them like got put up for adoption, and the other one, like he's in my life now, of course. But like like I to this day, like my mom told me she doesn't know like what happened to him. So it's like, man, one of those things where it's like up in the air. You feel me? Maybe I'll know later on. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Like, I'll update you like if I figure that shit out, my nigga. But anyway, uh, man, okay. I basically how can I say this? How do I do what I do, bro? Like, that's kind of like why I want to make these videos, bro. Because I feel like, man, everybody talks shit about all these SoundCloud rappers, bro. And everybody, I get labeled. Of course, I get labeled in with these SoundCloud rappers, bro. Because I'm just another nigga that's like rapping, like trying to like make his music or, trying to make his beats. And of course, like on the internet, like stereotypes everything now. So it's like, man, I get lumped in with a lot of these motherfuckers, and it's like, man, I don't understand what a SoundCloud rapper is, cause man, I got music everywhere, but I probably still do. I mean, ain't nobody like lumped me in like recently, like like I ain't got no hate mail so far, like yeah, hate mail and shit. But like starting out, like yeah, I did. Like I got called like a SoundCloud rapper, and don't send me your SoundCloud link, bro. Like I'm here to talk about all that shit, bro, cause I feel like a lot of people don't talk about that shit, bro. Like I guess like, man, like basically what I want to tell y'all about me is, bro, like how I even got into this music shit, bro. Like I was just in college, like first, bro. I went to college to be a graphic designer, bro. Like all my life, I never knew what the fuck I was gonna do. I never knew, like, I felt like, man, I didn't have no hobbies. I felt like, my brother, like, good at video games. I'm not good at video games, bro. I felt like, like, my dad was good at basketball. I'm not good at basketball. I tried so many times, and it's just, like, I feel like I couldn't do it. But, like, man, like, when I think when I was, like, maybe in 4th grade, like, these dudes, like, I was cool with. They was older than me. Like, they was, like, in middle school and high school at that time. And I was, like, getting ready to be, like, in middle school and all that shit. And like I was cool with them, and I used to like play Yu-Gi-Oh with them all the time and shit. But like that shit funny as fuck. But like I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh with them, and I like knew like one of the dudes like little sisters and all that shit, and that's how I got cool with them. And we used to always just play Yu-Gi-Oh. But I remember I didn't know, and they used to draw, and I was like, man, they drawings is like cold as fuck. And I'm like, they got to talking about like designing a video game, and these niggas was like, yeah, bro, like we not finna have you draw nothing because basically your stick figures is ass, like, and all this shit. So I was like, man, fuck you, nigga, and all of this. I'm finna go learn how to draw, and I don't know, bro. Like I just like went in my crib, you know what I'm saying? Like I went inside my house, cause like I live like like our house is like was literally like dude house is like right here, my house is like right here. Like you can literally walk out like to each other's cribs just like that. So I like went. I was like, man, fuck you, and all this shit, man. Like I was like, man, fuck you, and all of this. Like I went, I don't think I like went off and like after I said that shit. But I did say fuck you to that nigga, like, and then I was like, man, yeah, alright, nigga, like, blue face baby. Like, I, like, said that shit to that nigga. And, like, and basically, man, kid me, like, I was just in my room, bro, drawing. Because as a kid, bro, I used to, like, trace my feet, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just, instead of tracing your hands, bro, I was doing that shit. Fucking mixing colors and all that shit. It wasn't, like, no abnormal shit, but it was just, like, bro, like, I had a vivid imagination. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a kid, I remembered a lot of that shit. And I remember just drawing and just trying to get better. And I remember, like, as like dudes said that shit, bro, like I remember like finding myself going to performing art school, bro, because like performing art school was like a little gifted and talented school, but like bro, that performing art school, it really didn't have no money. Like it's shut down now because like it was an old ass building, and like buildings like fuck up and they get flooded. Like that shit will be talked about later. But yeah, bro, how I got into this music shit, I graduated high school. Like I feel like mediocre, like drawing and all that shit. So I was like, man, I can design. But I always like found like myself feeling mediocre with a lot of things. And like when I started this music shit, I had ideas to do a lot of shit. And like this is like right around the time the first time I started, bro, like like all these people like like just everybody doing the dark shit. Especially when Travis Scott came out at this time. This is like the time like Travis Scott was like just starting to blow up in the mainstream when I was like starting to do music. So that was like 2016. And like bro, how I started doing it, it was just like, man, I wanted to make music with like the people I was with in my college dorm. And what was crazy, it was just like, man, I wanted to do that shit with them niggas, but it's just like, later on through life, I learned people do like, they own shit, and it's just like, so I ended up finding myself being like, that's way better. But like, like doing like the only one, like, producing. And I think my man Genie, like me and him, like, we would talk and like just smoke and get fried. And of course, like, like he's the one, like he's like one of the reasons like why I ended up like kind of like making beats and all of that shit. Like of course my own reasons, but like he wanted to make beats and do his thing. I don't really know like what he's doing now. I haven't really kept in touch with him and all that shit. But it's like all still love, because it's like, man, like he a part of like my past just as much as he would be a part of my future. You know what I'm saying? Cause like it's whatever. But, like, basically, yeah, bro, like, I wanted to make beats, like, with the niggas in my dorm. But, we ended up, like, all getting on our own shit. So that shit went through. I ended up making, like, music with another artist that I'll, like, later talk about later. But, like, man, that shit just, all of that. So I ended up finding Regasha, like, through the mix of all of this, trying to figure out, like, bro, like, and how, like, the first time, like, my nigga Rig made a song, bro, we recorded in the bathroom together. Like, and this shit was crazy. And it was me, him, and our other friend at the same time, bro. And it was just like, that was like Black Lotus getting ready to start right then and there. And like, I'll explain more about Black Lotus, bro. But like, bro, like, it's just like, man, I have so much shit to talk to y'all about. And I think I'm gonna like separate it in another video. I think we just gonna make this the introduction to me, bro. Like, just, just me getting my, getting my face wet with this camera shit. But like, man, I'm here to talk to y'all about these ups and downs, bro. About like trying to be an independent rapper. Man, I don't know if there's a lot of people doing that, but man, I'm gonna do that, like, especially like for like other people in the Midwest, maybe, cause it's like, man, like how I feel like with like hip hop, like it's like, man, I really don't give a shit. Like I feel like like it's cool where it's at, like it's good. But I feel like in the Midwest, bro, a lot of Midwest hip hop is like, like, bro, like, especially like in Indiana, like, I guess like I want to be more precise. In Indiana, like where I'm from, it's like like I really feel like it's flourishing slowly, but it's like man, I want to do more things to like make it flourish a little bit more like smoother, cause it's like man, we don't have like a big underground scene here, and I feel like man, like the underground is basically like in Atlanta, or it's like in like Los Angeles, but man, I'm here to like let everybody know that it's here. Like I don't know if everybody, I think Lil Aaron, yeah, shout out Lil Aaron, cause like somebody did like put me on to him, and they said like I think he was like from Elkhart, and I seen like that he had a no jump interview. Not saying that's like credentials and all of that bullshit, but just letting people know that Indiana has an underground scene, bro, and I want more of that, and I just like want to put that on more to y'all like as we go, but like man, like like I didn't explain like little bits and pieces, but man, I guess like the message like I want to here to show y'all, man, like like that I basically want to just create this little like document, bro. Like everybody want to say like they don't want to be an actor. Ain't nobody no actor, bro. My life is a fucking movie, and I feel like man, like well, shit, my life is a fucking cartoon, bro. And I want y'all to understand this shit. But cartoons, just because you think they fake, bro, don't mean that they fake, and you'll understand that later. I know I keep saying you'll understand that later, bro, but like it's a lot of things I just want to get off my chest like right now, but like reestablish them later. You feel me? But like man, like all I gotta say is man, with this introduction and all of that stuff that I'm giving y'all, I'm gonna let y'all know, man. Like shit, man. Like right now, like I'm in a tight situation with my bills, and like man, like rule number one, as if you trying to like that, I know trying to do this rap shit like independently, bro, don't ever feel like ashamed of this shit, bro. Don't ever feel ashamed and like of none of the bullshit that you going through in your life right now, trying to like become like anything, a rapper, anything, bro. Like movie star doesn't fucking matter, bro. Don't be ashamed of that shit, bro. Because like at the end of the day, people can't say there's capping or people faking. You know what I'm saying? If there are no people that are poor, you know what I'm saying? Like that are trying to be rich, or there are people that are rich faking to be poor. You know what I'm saying? Like like my girlfriend in there like doing some like other shit, but you know what I mean. But man, like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if you understand that analogy. If you do, you do. If you don't understand it, maybe I can explain it. But it could just be high me. But basically, man, I'm gonna like break down everything behind this independent rap shit, man. I'm not like one of the top independent rappers, of course, bro. But I'm here to show y'all like how the behind the scenes of my life, basically, bro. Like how it is and all of that shit. Like trying to like do this like music shit and like really like show y'all, bro. Like like it's just like and really give y'all like the full view and all of that shit, like or just me like giving my knowledge on stuff and everything. It's not gonna be like vlogs. It's just basically just gonna be me like talking to y'all, so like y'all understand and all of that, like sorry I keep pausing, like I'm hearing my girlfriend and shit. But like basically, man, like it's just gonna basically be me, explaining like the behind the scenes of like or just the thoughts like from a SoundCloud rapper, if you would, bro. That's what I'm gonna call this shit. The introduction, maybe not to a SoundCloud rapper, or but I'm gonna probably put that shit in a question mark, bro. I'm gonna probably put that shit because like it's the stereotype, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like what, I'm gonna embrace this shit. If only thing that these people see is like your music on SoundCloud, bro, it's whatever. I'm sorry I'm ranting, bro. That's what the fuck we out here doing, bro. We not out here wasting like energy on bullets, bro. We not out here wasting energy on the fucking diss tracks. Fuck a diss track. I don't make diss tracks, man. Niggas get dissed in the songs regardless and all of that shit, man. When I just be doing me and vibing and all of that shit. Like, man, it's whatever with that shit. But anyway, man, I'ma sign out. I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna probably like put SoundCloud rapper in the description or something like that to middle finger to everybody. But man, this King Krow, Cyrus Krow, man. I can't wait to show y'all more shit and this little documentation that I'm putting together for y'all as we go along and all that shit. But man, y'all be easy, man. Y'all be smooth, and remember, knowledge rules over wealth, my man. Y'all be easy, man, and figure out ways to stay happy. But always remember, stay happy, my nigga. It's like I'm playing. But y'all be easy, man. I'm out.